Hi everyone, welcome to Live Skills Math Junior. I'm so glad you could join us again for our latest topic. Today we will be talking about insurance. Greg here is wondering whether he should get insurance, but you might want to know what exactly is insurance before you make that decision. Insurance is protection against a future loss, injury, or damage. Like this car here, if this happens to your car, you might want to have insurance. So does Greg need insurance? Why or why not? So it really depends a lot on Greg's lifestyle, whether he needs insurance or not. There's certain types of insurance that you have to have. Like if you have a car, you have to have some insurance. So it depends a lot on Greg's lifestyle, the things he owns, how old he is. All of those factors can kind of come into determining whether you want insurance. So it's helpful to know those things in order to help you to make a decision. Different types of insurance. So you can see there's some fire here, and fire can be a common reason to want to have insurance if something, if your car or your home gets burned down. But there's lots of different types of insurance. One of the main ones is car or automobile insurance. So if you own a car and you have it on the road, either, you drive it on the road or even just sitting on the road, you have to have insurance. You have to have a certain amount of insurance. It's also a good idea to have that because if you were in an accident and someone was severely injured or your car was totaled, then you're going to want to have it. It would cost a lot of money to replace it. So you're going to want to have car or automobile insurance if you have a car. Another very common type of insurance is home insurance. Now, there's two different types of this. If you actually own a house, you're going to want to have some insurance under the, like I said, if fire happens, your house burns down, it's going to be really hard to build a new house if you don't have any insurance. So if you own a house, you're going to have insurance. And also if you rent a home or even an apartment, it's helpful to have renter's insurance. So that doesn't protect the structure of the home, but it protects any of the things in it. So if you have valuable things, if you had some money, if you had a TV, computer, all of those things, renter's insurance would cover the cost to replace those things. Life insurance is also another really common type of insurance. Clem here, he may choose to have life insurance, maybe if he's just single, no children, maybe a small amount of life insurance to cover funeral costs or things like that. But, if he has a family or anything like that or a spouse, then, he's definitely going to maybe want to have some life insurance. So how can Greg get insured? He's got his little form here. He's trying to figure it all out. So you usually have to call, and you want to sometimes get different quotes from different insurance companies. Choose one, then you're going to have to go through an application process depending on what it is. Like if it's a car, then you're going to want to say if you've had any speeding tickets or accidents or things like that. If if it's life insurance, they're going to want to know about your health and things like that because depending on different factors will depend on how much you're going to pay. And it varies a lot. Insurance is very much based on individual things. It's not like there's a set fee. Car insurance is this much, house insurance is this much. All different factors come into play to determine what your specific insurance cost will be. And you have to, as I said, ask around and also make your applications to find out what the actual cost will be. There's a few key words here that are really important to know when you're talking about insurance. The financial, the money part that you can see Oreo is pondering these different things. So when you have insurance, you're going to make either a monthly payment or a one-time lump sum payment, which is called a premium. That's the cost to have insurance. You're also going to, if you ever, need to kind of catch in on your insurance, then you'll put in what's called a claim. So if you have a car accident, you put in a claim to get the costs covered. If your house burned down, you'd put in a claim. If you were, your house was robbed, you'd put in a claim to get money. Whenever you want to get money back from the insurance company, you have to put in a claim. Now, insurance is not really simple, and just because you've made all your premium payments, it does not mean the insurance is completely free. There is something we call a deductible. So if something happens and you have to make a claim to get money from them, sometimes you'll have to pay a deductible in order to get that. It'll obviously be less than what you'd have to pay to replace the whole item, but there is still, especially with things like car insurance, you'll have to pay a $500 or $1,000 deductible in order to get the money or the repairs done. These words are really helpful to know when dealing with insurance because insurance is kind of its own special little world with its own names for different things that happen. So does the cost of insurance outweigh the benefits or the opposite, okay? So if you've ever played my, insurance ladder game, you know that, when you're insured, you're paying more, so it's harder to move ahead, you have less money, but at the same time, if something bad happens, that teeter-totter flips and you can get a lump sum amount of money, right? You get the benefits of putting in that in. So it's a really individual choice, and like I said before, it depends on your circumstances whether you're going to choose to have insurance or not. So who should get insurance? Insurance is, as I said, it's really, flexible on who should. It's not like there's a blank thing like investing or savings where you say everybody should have it. There's certain things, obviously, like I said, with cars, you're going to have to. Everyone who owns a car has to be insured. Everyone who drives a car has to be insured. So it's going to really depend on different factors. It's not open-ended, everybody should do this or that. When should you get insurance? So there's different times in your life that might be key. Let's say you've just started a family, you have a new baby. Then you might want to think about getting life insurance, things like that, right? Or if you buy a house, then obviously you're going to think about having, house insurance. If you rent an apartment. So it depends what's happening in your life. There's no blanket kind of age to do it or time to do it. It depends a lot on your circumstances. Thanks so much for joining us for this video about insurance. I hope you've enjoyed it and had a little fun. Here at Live Skills Math, we want you to understand insurance so you can make good choices when you're older. So we always have one of these little question things. In your own words, what is insurance? What are 2 types of insurance Greg might get? What are 2 types of insurance you might get? Well, why would Greg want insurance? Give 2 reasons. What is an insurance premium? What is an insurance claim? Which one type of insurance will you definitely get when you are older? And what is one more thing you learned about insurance from this video? Now, we don't have any specific action steps for this because obviously I said it's, it really depends. But, do some research and learn about this so that you're prepared when you're older to take the action you need to take. Live Skills Math Junior Insurance. I'm so glad you were here with us today. We're almost done this series of videos, but I'm really glad and I hope you've stayed along with us for this whole journey. And thanks for learning about insurance with me today. Have a good day.